So now we're talking about all the little details. So we've had a lot of meetings up here about this and this and this and this, and my notepad just keeps on getting thinner and thinner and thinner because I sketch out, I do an idea, I present it to them, here are the numbers, they freak out, then I say, well, this is why it costs this much. Then they say, well, it's really worth it to do it. Might as well do it this time. Well, we could, let's do it. Okay, fine, then I'll sign off and I get it. And it's done. So they've only said once or twice no, but everything else they said yes to, and that's how we've gotten to this point.
It all begins with the drywall. We finished the insulation, we got everything all ready. Now it's time to drywall, and we start at the top. It was a pain to frame, and it was a pain to insulate, and it's gonna be a pain to drywall. So once the drywall is all done, we get into priming the agility screed. We have to prime this floor before we can apply the hardwood flooring. We need to make sure that this glue is going to adhere to this concrete mix, this self-leveling material from Lafarge. Primer diluted 3:1, basically to water. We soak it into the first coat. You'll watch it. It just goes in like a sponge. You let it cure for a few days, and then it's ready to rock and roll with the glue.
I am sitting on protection. We have gotten to the point now where the flooring's down and that beautiful white washed hickory is down. I'm standing on top of the hickory because I like to put 1/8" masonite over some rosin paper, tape it all down, because this is going to happen. We're gonna drop something, we're gonna spill something, we're gonna make a mess, and I do not want to damage the hardwood flooring. I know I can drop a hammer on this and it ain't gonna go through to the floor and damage the floor. This is day 5 of a 6-day install. We started on the attic floor. We started with the beautiful whitewash hickory, wide board from Craft. Really, really happy with these floors. And Laszlo and his buddy there have been gluing all this down with the Mapei 995. The reason they wanted to do the white up here and keep the rest of the house walnut was all this beautiful sunlight that you're seeing. Got a 4x6 skylight above me. Got glass floors, all that sunlight's gonna travel down through the house. You've got a huge 10-foot opening here to the rooftop deck. And then we're gonna keep the stairs here, walnut, and it's gonna be a nice transition because we've got the cabinet here. The hardwood always starts with the stair nosing. If you're gonna do hardwood and you're gonna do white plank, make sure that the company that produces the hardwood actually creates their own stair nosing. Every good company like Craft, they make stair nosing because they know you're gonna need it, right? There's no way, even if you got a bungalow, you're gonna still have a basement. So you're gonna need stair nosing. So we start around the stair here. But before all that, you gotta do the cuts. The cuts are really important. So you literally gotta take all the boards, lay them all out, figure out which is the best pattern, then you gotta prep the cuts. So with the glass floor, they had to put a filler strip of 1/8" all the way around. And they literally had to measure from the wall there to the curve there, leave a gap there, leave a gap there, leave the gap precisely around the glass floor. This glass floor had to be a bang-on perfect 1/8" all the way around. It had to be, because then the glass guys are gonna come back and they're gonna put silicone here and you're gonna see that line. It's not gonna be perfect because you can't you can't have the wood touching the glass. So that the wood has to be a bang on perfect straight line because the glass is a bang on perfect straight line. First time I'm gluing down. You're gluing down because you're dealing with an 8-inch wide engineered hardwood. 8-inch wide, think about that. It's twice as wide as a normal hardwood out there. So normally you would just nail cleats, staples, whatever, every 6 inches in a 4-inch wide hardwood. Now we're gluing down because we have concerns that this hardwood might cup with season changes, right? So we're using the Mapei 995 Eco. So what they do, Mapei, in each pail of glue, they give you 2 sizes of clip-ons, so to speak, that go clipped on onto your trowel so you can use it to use the proper one. So we basically just pour it all down and then we just trowel it with the special trowel that Mapei gives you. And then all of a sudden, we put the boards in one by one, right back to where they were, even the cut pieces and everything fits in perfectly. We tap them, we give them a little bit of love, we squish them into the little corners, we make them nice and tight, and then we keep on doing that over and over and over until the next row, to the next row, to the next row. That's basically the step. You clean, you vacuum, you sweep, you get all the dirt out of there, you lay out the pattern, you figure out the grain, you do your cuts, and then all of a sudden you remove all the pieces, then you apply your glue, you trowel it on as per the specs, then you put all the pieces back on the same way that you took them off, and then you tap them into place, and then you look at it and you go, wow, that's a really beautiful floor. So as soon as the hardwood went down, the clients came in. I didn't cover it up. I wanted to just let them absorb it because we're still a few months away from being finished. And they started talking about how they wanted to start sleeping in here. I was like, no, not gonna happen. So there's always 2 major milestones when you get to the finishing stage and you start working the finishing stage that make the clients think that we're really close to finishing, but we're not really close to finishing. And those 2 are when the hardwood goes down and when the kitchen goes in. So basically when it gets time to when the painting's all finished and we're ready doing final assembly, and you got the electricians in here, the plumbers in here, and we're hanging lights and we're putting plumbing fixtures in, and then the paint's done, and all of a sudden all we gotta do is just lift all the shit up and throw it out. And you reveal it's like unwrapping the best gift ever.